Anyway, my job this year. Anyway, let's check on the weather right now. Oh boy, look at that. Oh boy, look at that. It's raining on New Year's. Oh my god. Oh my god. Folks. It's raining on New Year's. Just the sound of it. Oh my god. Oh my god. Yeah. Alright. Enough of that. Let's get down to business. Let's get to AVGN business. I got this site the summer. Last summer. Last summer was the top 10 AVGN news. So now we're watching AVGN because basically what New Year's Eve spell.
Goonies 2. This episode was the classic basic format of just picking apart some old NES game. And I always seem to do best when it's a game that's based on a movie. So I was able to throw in some jokes, comparing it to the film. But what made this episode so much fun to write was being able to explain how confusing the Then I had to fill up my health by Konami Man. Yes, Konami Man. Unless you hit him, in which he'll never forget it and never give you health ever again for the rest of the game. That's true. I had to swim around friends and think about how disturbing that is. There's kids in cages with talk of being killed in an NES game. That is fucking dark. Number 9, Glover. This was one of the weirdest games on the N64, one that I never played until this episode. It was a popular request going back many years. I actually used to confuse it with Super Glove Ball, and since that made me think of the Power Glove, it reminded me that I have the N64 Reality Quest Glove, which I doubt many people know of, so I was happy to introduce it. If the pirate ships were the 8th circle of hell, this is certainly the 9th. Ugh. Maybe what I need is the Power Glove. I don't mean the NES Power Glove. I mean the N64 Power Glove. You think I'm kidding? Do you think I'm kidding? Yeah, you didn't know! You didn't know the Nintendo 64 had the Reality Quest Glove! Yeah. Now let's crank it up to 11. Smell the glove!
Oh! Holy shit. He's going so mad.
Yeah! Number 8. What's the best Castlevania game? This was basically the 20th anniversary episode. I decided to go back to my roots and revisit the topic that started the whole thing, Castlevania. So I reassessed my thoughts on Symphony of the Night, Rondo of Blood, all that, and compared them all. It was really fun playing through all these games again. It was by far the most hours spent on the gameplay of all the episodes this year. In fact, I started recording these games a few years ago, mainly Symphony of the Night. So I really enjoyed being able to dive into one of my favorite franchises once again. Some things stay the same, and Castlevania 4 is still my favorite.
Sure is.
And other things vary, such as my complex thoughts about Castlevania 2.
You can start whatever you want.
Even though it pissed me off, I was still able to look back
20
at
years
it again
later.
and realize there's much
Holy
I
shit, 20
appreciate.
years later.
So I can change my mind a little. But one thing I can say, if it wasn't for Simon's Quest, you might not have ever known about me, and I might not have.
I'm not going to suggest now.
controller, similar to the beat a game button, if you remember that, except that it's not instantaneous. It just automatically guides the nerd through the game. But the fact is, I had to pick a game that I could actually beat because I obviously needed the footage. So I had to actually beat the game for real. Although there is one trick I used which works on occasion. When you shoot the boss, or some of the bosses, you pause and then it spams the weapon. So there's that. But the moment to highlight here, or at least the first moment that stands out to me, is when I do the ABCs, Nick Cage style. You also got to keep your life meter full. Just look for the letter P for power. You know,
Power
in
glove.
these retro games, that's all
Power
you're
glove.
doing
It makes
all
sense.
the time. It's
Power
collecting
glove.
letters. It's all alphabetical. You know, A, B,
The power
C,
glove.
D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. Huh? That's all you have to do!
That really got me there.
Number 6, My Horse Prince. This is one of the most ridiculous games I've ever played. I mean, it's a dating game with a horse. It's crazy. The model for this episode was Hong Kong 97 and Big Rigs. I wanted to do another
Hong
episode
Kong
like
97 Big
those where
Rigs.
I just pick the most absurd game I can find and then react
Oh
to it.
boy.
Also, since it's a mobile game, I had the ability to walk around the room. Usually when the nerd is playing a console, I'm kind of restricted to sitting here on the couch. But here I figured, hey, why not walk around the room since you have to play the game on the phone anyway? This meant I could show more angles of the room and have some more dynamic camera work. Also, the idea of the nerd using a modern piece of technology gave me more opportunity to show the nerd struggling with that technology and then in the end, reverting back to his old school ways. But if I were to pick the most absurd moment from the game, it would have to be this. This is an image I never expected to see. I would have never imagined this in my wildest nightmares. How is this scene supposed to be interpreted? Is it trying to be romantic, or is the horse trying to kill her? I mean, the hoof is smashing the wall. First of all, could you lower that hoof and calm down a little? I would have died if he was an inch closer. Oh my God. The horse's hoof almost went right through her fucking skull.
Look at him crawling back.
Number 5, Nosferatu. This is one of those games that seems awesome when you first start playing, and then you realize it's insanely frustrating. I usually push myself to beat.
Hey, look at
whatever
that Mortal
game I'm trying
Kombat
to
on your
review,
head.
But this one,
Look
I
out.
just couldn't do it. I was stuck on level 3 for a whole day, and I tried and tried. And as I said in the
I kinda like
episode,
the
I
outfit,
used the
though.
stage select code, and I still couldn't beat any of the other levels. It's
Doubt that.
amazing how
Yeah,
they
doubt
never
that.
give you any weapons at all. So the
I
whole
doubt
game, you use your
Yeah.
fists. Holy shit! Can you kill a vampire in hand-to-hand combat? Is that part of the lore? Did they ever establish that in the original Nosferatu film?
Whoa. What?
It has awful, unpredictable controls, not enough checkpoints, no extra lives, cheap traps. If you have anxiety, this is a game that a doctor would tell you to avoid. It's one of the most nerve-wracking pieces of shit on the Super Nintendo. By all definitions, this is Nosferatu, the
Nosferatu.
insufferable one.
Bye. What? Yeah.
Number
yeah.
4,
The underage.
SimCity. One of the biggest
The
blessings
underage
with the
program.
nerd videos is that I can review good games every now and then, as long as I have something unique to say. With this one, I couldn't help but think of the Twilight Zone episode, The Little People, where the guy finds a race of tiny people and starts acting like a god to them. So in this episode, the nerd gets all power hungry and starts dismantling everything. When I was writing it, I was so excited to film it. Then they complain about housing costs. What am I supposed to do about that? You can never win. You fix one thing, then they get pissed off about something else. Oh, you want lower taxes? Okay, I lowered the fucking taxes. Oh, what is it now? Unemployment? Okay, here's some commercial industrial zones. Oh, you still not happy? What's the problem now? Crime? Pollution? You want another stadium? You know what? You can all go fuck yourselves.
What?
Yeah!
All right, this is
Thing
a
in the
good one. This
style
is a
of
good
a
one.
classic
I'm
1940s film noir, you know, black and white with the voiceover and all that. It was real important to me to emulate the lighting of one of those films. And that's something I should give myself more credit for. I'm really good with lighting, especially inexpensive lighting. I'm very resourceful. I set up all those lights and did that all myself. It was a lot of extra work, but at least I didn't have to remember my lines because it was voiceover. What I love about the nerd episodes is that I can change them up episode to episode, so I never really repeat
what
myself,
the
but at
fuck?
the same time, I keep them rooted the same way. Making nerd episodes is like a ritual to me. It's the same process. I play
What
the
the fuck,
game, I
dude?
write the script,
You just
and I film it myself usually. It stays the same to the point where when I'm making a new episode,
No, he didn't. No, he did not.
that all
He does not
myself.
just
It was a lot
do
of
that.
extra work, but at
Look at
least I
that.
didn't have to remember my lines because it was voiceover. What I love about the nerd episodes
No, he did
is
not.
that I can change them up
Oh, what the fuck, dude? What the fuck?
episode to episode. So
Jesus
I never really
Christ.
repeat myself. NES spell. I stumbled back into my nerd
What the
lair
fuck,
as my
dude?
senses began to fail me.
This
My brain
God.
shrouded in that same
God damn.
wasn't gonna be me. So long, sweetheart.
Oh! What the fuck?
Number 2, Blaster Master. Okay, so that's right. Another moment from the Blaster Master episode. The one that sticks out to me here was the cliffhanger that leads into the next episode. So that entire end sequence where the artificial intelligence that helps the nerd beat the game becomes a living entity that takes over the room. I got my buddy John to play the villain, AI Man, and I wanted this to be the mother of all cliffhangers, to hype the return of the glitch gremlin. For me, this is special because I'm working with my old friends who I've known since the 90s, and here we are, still goofing around. Some things never change. Why are all my games beating themselves?
I'm your virtual AI assistant.
Where are you?
You're the ultimate master at every game. Now you don't have to be angry all the time.
No, the most important aspect about any game is being able to play it. What am I gonna go work an office job? That's not meant for me.
With each moment I learn, I improve.
Your system will fail. You will glitch.
Nothing can stop AI, man.
I need help. I need glitches. Number 1, Game Glitches, the Legacy sequel. What can I say about this one? Last year I went big on the Halloween episode, and this year I went big on the Christmas episode. I flew in my friends Kevin and Nicolette, and even though I wrote the script beforehand, we still added a lot of lines on the day of.
Oh my god, dude. What?
Number 1,
What?
Game Glitches, the Legacy sequel. What can I say about this one? Last year I went big on the Halloween episode, and this year I went big on the Christmas episode.
Hey,
My friends
yo!
Kevin and Nicolette, and
Hey,
even though I wrote the
yo!
script beforehand, we still added a lot of lines on the day of and did a great deal of improving. So I wanted this to be like a legacy sequel and really tap into the nostalgia of the Glitch Gremlin returning after such a long period. This was without a doubt the biggest episode of the year. It was pretty much the main thing I was working on throughout the fall season. I would love to tell you more about this episode, but there's too much to say, so I'm going to make a separate behind-the-scenes video coming up. I really hope you enjoyed this one. It was more of a story-based episode and something I'm really passionate about. So, which moment do I pick? I don't know. I guess the whole video. So here's a digest version.
You see, the glitches don't work.
Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoy all the new content coming up, both Nerd and other Cinemassacre projects. I have a book that's almost done. I have an album that's almost done. I've been writing another screenplay. So if you want to know what I've been up to, I'm always keeping busy doing the things I love. So best of luck with all your own projects and endeavors as well. And I hope you have a happy new year.
Thank you, AVGN.